In today's video, we're going to check out the brand new RayNeo Air 2S XR glasses. This is their latest edition glasses that just got released with obviously some improvements over the last generation and of course some unique features that make them stand out. Not only better optics, but also better audio and also better control that we actually didn't have on the earlier generations. So without further ado, this is TK and this is the RayNeo Air 2S XR glasses, and let's go ahead and talk about what makes them so special. Like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified to whenever we have new videos on the channel. So one of the first things that they want us to make sure to focus on here obviously is an immersive large screen experience. These are XR glasses that provide us the access to a large display inside of glasses that we can take with us and connect to multiple devices. Enhanced micro OLED displays, of course, for crisper visuals. That's going to be one of the main features that we have in here. Upgraded stereo immersive audio here with private whisper mode. This is going to be a little bit improved over the last generation of the Air 2 that we covered not that long ago. Obviously 120 Hz refresh rate with better control and actually better abilities of switching between 60 and 120. Tough eye length certification, of course, for eye protection. They do have a built-in eye protection mode. And of course, last but not least, is an enhanced comfort experience optimized to fit multiple face shapes. So essentially, you're not going to be disappointed from the fit, from the sound, and of course, the video quality, as well as the refresh rate. Of course, the main experience is going to be optimized for watching content, gaming, as well as actually productivity and mobile office experience. And I love the ability of doing all three of these with the Air 2Ss because this gives us the ability of expanding our visuals regardless of where we are. In the box, we pretty much get the glasses themselves. They do have a hard shell case, so as opposed to what we saw last year with the Air 2, which actually came with the bag. Now this one is a hard shell, protects the actual unit, as well as the actual provide us a nice little carry case to take with us. And of course, they also include additional pads, and not only that, in case you do need to use your prescription glasses, you also have the insert for that, and of course, additional pads that you're able to install in there. There's an instruction book, but again, we don't really necessarily need to cover that. The glasses themselves are definitely very nice, very light, and I love the fact that the case has a nice little loop here. It is zipped, and of course, provide us the protection that we want for the glasses while we're traveling. Unzipping it is pretty straightforward. You just open it up, and then you're greeted right away with the glasses themselves. Now, they do also include a chamois. This is to obviously keep them clean. There's a little pocket for that at the top. The glasses, very simple, very easy. We're going to talk some about this, some of the features that they get there. And of course, we do have that USB-C to C cable with the angled image here. So you can definitely see that this one goes directly to the glasses, and the other end goes into whatever has video output over USB-C. So I'm talking about gaming systems. I'm talking about TV boxes. We're going to talk about some of the accessories there, as well as the ability of using these with PCs, Windows or Mac, to augment the experience and have a large display, as your monitor on the PC is limited to about maybe 15.6 or even 16 inches. When we take a look at the glasses themselves, we pretty much have the same experience that we saw last time. It's a connected shield on the front. It's reflective a little bit, but it is see-through. You're able to see through it. You can definitely see my hand through this right there. And it's non-removable. So this is not something that we're able to change, and they did not include any clips over that. So the experience for the most part looks like sunglasses on the front. On the side, again, both of these, on the side itself, for the most part, what we're getting here is the arms. The arms are going to help us configure this to fit our face and or other people's faces, depending on the experience. They are adjustable. This is something that we now have, the ability of actually adjusting them directly. So you can definitely not only get the right fit on the side, but also the angle so you can get the best view on them. It sounds like I'm breaking them, but trust me, we're not breaking anything. The other thing that we also have in here is better control. On one side, we have obviously the brightness control. On the other side, we have the volume control. Some of the things that we're able to do directly with the on-screen display option here is by pressing it once, we get the access to be able to turn on and turn off whisper mode without actually accessing the device or the application to turn it on, which is really, really nice. When we're looking at the three different options as far as basically the ability of changing the three different color profiles and also the ability of changing the actual brightness level up to 10 times, that gives us a lot of different configuration to be able to get the images the way we want them. This is something that just gives the control directly on the glasses and allows us to actually do everything on there. And as you can see there, we're able to change the color profile on the go. No need for an app, no need for anything on the device itself that you're getting the content from. So if you're watching a movie, you're playing a game, you want to be able to turn on 120 frames per second, you want to be able to basically turn on whisper mode, all of these things are going to be really, really nice. And one of the nice things about the whisper mode, it actually has a very nice dedicated experience where even people that are sitting next to you shouldn't be able to hear what you're listening to. That makes it a little bit better. And of course, as I mentioned to you before, once you turn on whisper mode off, the sound on this and the speakers that we have in here are much more upgraded over what we've had in the past. Now, one of the things RayNeo did to be able to improve the optical experience or the experience of viewing here with even etched clarity on these glasses is the improvement of the MTF system that we have, which is essentially the optical engine that they use, providing us better, clearer images and better quality images. And as you imagine, the reason I'm showing you guys this way is the actual displays are actually positioned at the top and they reflect off of a mirror in front of our eyes. So the displays are never actually standing in front of us. They're slightly above in the actual compartments at the top, reflecting down in the glasses in the front. And then of course, we're getting to see them. So it basically reflects upside down, or at least they're upside down in here. And then by the time it hits the glass, it shows up as right side up. The other thing that you probably will notice, and we're going to actually bring them out in a second, is the upgraded speakers here. The audio performance on this has been upgraded tremendously over the previous generations. And the nice thing that it still works actually with the RayNeo XR application that you're able to download for your Android or your iOS device and connect them and still be able to experience the immersive experience with 360 video, sketch applications, gaming, watching content directly within their launcher. All of that is done directly. The only main requirement is that your device needs to support video out. So if you're using any of the latest smartphones in 2024, that should not be an issue. But if you're an earlier generation, just make sure that you have video out. Otherwise, that's going to be a little bit of a concern there, since you can't get that video directly onto the unit itself. Now, I know initially when I put them in front of you guys, you probably think that these are the exact same glasses. I'm just holding two of the same thing. They both have, again, the configuration as far as the USB-C connector on the same arm. It is positioned in the same space, so you're not changing much on there. You'll notice that the size of the speakers have substantially changed from the Air 2S and from the Air 2. That's one of the big changes that we have in here. On top of the fact that when we start looking at the button configuration on the side, although the same on the left side, it changes dramatically on the right side with that additional option to be able to change the configuration with the on-screen display menu here. So it definitely improves the experience overall. But other than that, the same accessories that worked on the Air 2 are going to work on the Air 2S, which is definitely very nice. So we're going to do a quick comparison of the audio between the Air 2 and the Air 2S. The Air 2S have 4 speakers, and to my knowledge, is one of the only devices available on the market. Excuse the white pieces of tape here. This is just to allow the proximity sensor to activate the glasses when I don't have them wearing on. You see there's another piece on that side. So that allows us to actually play the audio without having me to have the glasses on my face. We're going to put the microphone. We're going to start off with the Air 2. We're going to microphone right on the actual speaker directly. And one thing to keep in mind, the volume on the actual glasses is at 100%, while the volume on the actual device is at about 70%. Right now, whisper mode is turned on and the volume is at 100 on the actual glasses. So we'll start off with the Air 2. We're going to play the same song again, Dan Hennig, Subway Dreams. And now we have turned off whisper mode on the Air 2. We're going to play it with regular, again, 100% on the glasses, still the same volume level on the device. Switching it over to the Air 2S, whisper mode is turned on still, and we have the volume at the 100%. Keep in mind here on the Air 2S, we're able to actually turn on and turn off whisper mode with the visual on display. So right now, we're just going to turn it on, keep it on, and keep the volume level on the glasses 100, and again, same level on the actual device. Went ahead and turned off whisper mode. We still have the volume at 100% on the glasses, 70% on the device. Let's go ahead and hear the improvement. My hope is that the audio came through and explained to you guys exactly how the quality of the audio changes between the Air 2 and the Air 2S. There is a fuller, deeper bass representation in here, and the Air 2S somehow, for some reason, when they go into the higher levels, they start becoming a little bit more tingy, and of course, forces us to actually start using a little bit more maybe Bluetooth audio or lowering the volume on them, and of course, or even turning off whisper mode. With whisper mode or without whisper mode, both of these devices provide us great audio, although the RayNeo Air 2S's provide us the superior audio experience with the 4 speakers. And again, the ability of seeing the display configuration, being able to turn it on, turn it off as far as whisper mode. Here, it's pretty much just a button configuration on the volume rocker. You press and hold the volume up to turn it off and volume down to turn it on. And when we're talking about accessories, we're talking about something like the Joy Dock that was released originally with the Air 2. Again, this mounts directly to the rear of your Nintendo Switch, connects to it, charges it. There's a built-in battery built built in here to be able to support it. And of course, using the USB-C cable, connect them directly in here, and now we have the ability of playing our favorite games using these AR glasses on a much larger display than we get with the OLED panel. So we're still talking OLED display, but it's definitely much bigger using the glasses. One of the main things I'll probably say is whenever you're using the Joy Dock, to remember that you do need to remove the Joy-Cons outside of the actual Nintendo Switch so that you're able to use them as controllers. And then of course, just enjoy playing games directly on the glasses. The battery lasts for quite some time. Again, it is available basically to run the actual Joy Dock, but it will also charge your Nintendo Switch. So it's definitely very nice and very simple to use. I love playing Dragon Ball on this, of course, as I was traveling on the plane, in the hotel. Anywhere I am, I'm able to just basically get that large display experience using my Nintendo Switch and just connecting these glasses to them with the Joy Dock. Now, one of the other things that RayNeo released not that long ago is this TV box. This is basically Android TV in a box that enables us also to include an SD card to be able to add additional content. What I love about this is it has its own 6,000 milliampere battery charged directly inside, and this provides the power and the entire brains experience directly on the glasses. And even if you don't have internet access, because we're able to add additional content using the micro SD card, we're also able to watch offline content on the go. Now, because this actually has Google TV built into it, this actually means it's an actual Chromecast device, which means any device or any application on your device that supports the Chromecast casting, either screen mirroring or even pushing an application, will support this device. And as long as they're connected to the same Wi-Fi, any device can cast directly through this, and you can watch it on your glasses, making this a very nice versatile TV box that will work and do everything that you want. And again, glasses go on the right, power goes on the left if we want to recharge it, and it has a built-in power bank to make it easy for you to be on the go. So provides us a much better experience. And one of the things I'll probably say that has been the biggest noticeable thing for me, at least, is not only that the visuals are a little bit crisper than what I remember seeing on the Air 2, but also one of the other things is the audio experience. The bigger speakers, the better audio experience here is much, much better. Whisper mode provides us a more personal experience. It limits the highest volume level of what the speakers can do. But when you turn that off, the speakers on this are actually louder than the last generation, which provides you not only louder sound, but also clearer sound. It's actually better, it sounds better, and it looks better. The glasses look very normal. If you put them on, you're still able to kind of see through them. This is one thing that you want to be aware. It does not have that total blackout. It's a little darker than the outside experience. So when I'm looking at you guys right now, on the bottom part of my screen here, because there is no display in front of it, I can actually see what's in front of me. So you're not in any situation where you're going to be basically totally blocked from the rest of the world. Now, one of the nice things about this, obviously, is when you're sitting in an area where there's a little bit more space behind you. And what it essentially is, it's able to simulate a 201-inch display at about 6 meters away from you. So when you're basically trying to set it up where you're able to kind of see a display a little bit further away, it actually looks absolutely great. Now, one thing I'll say is that I am actually farsighted, so I don't really need to wear my glasses while I'm using them, but they do provide those inserts in case you need to actually get those prescriptions put in and then use them directly. I've used them with my Mac, what I really like about those is when I'm traveling and I'm at, let's say, at hotels or I'm on an airplane and I want to work on my MacBook. Now, the MacBook has a large display and I really enjoy using that. But what I really love even more is the actual ability of using this with my Mac to be able to edit my content. So what I usually do is in DaVinci Resolve, if you've ever used that, there's an option for a clean feed, which allows us to actually have like a playback feed of the timeline that we're editing on a much bigger display, typically referenced to another display. From a recent trip that I took, and I was editing a video for another product on the channel. And what I loved about it is, as you saw me really close to the actual TV that was in front of me, that was so close there, but the experience in the glasses was so much bigger. Made it very easy, and this is how I've been editing videos with my MacBook for some time, actually. Again, works great at a hotel, works great in the airport if you're sitting there, or even if you're on an airplane, limited in space. Now, the app is functional. There's a few other things that you can do in there. You can check for firmware updates. You can also check for download additional experiences from 360 video, AR or XR experiences in there, just basically content within the launcher. Even accessing YouTube, accessing online streaming services within the launcher, and there's a few games you're able to download. It's really nice. Again, if you're using it with the latest edition iPhone with the USB-C, this is going to work right out of the box. Although if you're trying to use it with an earlier generation, I think there needs to be an adapter. The Joy Dock only works with the Nintendo Switch. That's the intention of this. So it works with the earlier generation and even the OLED one that I have in front of us right now. So it works really nice. But if I'm saying this at the end of the day, it's because I actually enjoy using this type of tech. I love the fact that on the outside, this looks like a regular pair of glasses, but when you look through them, they just bring the world to you, and they provide you a very clean experience. Edges are actually better, they're clearer, and you're also able to, again, still configure the brightness of the display. So brightness, refresh rate, whisper mode, and even the color of the actual, basically, like I said, you can go from vibrant to standard. You can change different experiences in there to match what you're watching. So if you're watching a movie, you may want to change the settings. And if you want to play games, bump it up to 120 frames per second and then take it to the next level there. With that being said, I want to say thank you very much to RayNeo for allowing me to check out the Air 2S. I've taken them with me on a family vacation. I was using them on a boat. I was using them on an airplane. I was using them at a hotel, doing some work with them, and even taking them to, just in general, to my day job where I was just sitting there bored during my lunch, and I decided to play a little bit of Dragon Ball in there. It just works wherever you are, and it just gives you the 201-inch display exactly wherever you want to be. Again, take them out, put them on, and start enjoying. So thank you very much for the support. Like and subscribe as usual, and of course I will see you in the next video.